Hi, also we are back with a new video where we will talk about the performance of the South African team. Well, they are also one of the very strong contenders to win the World Cup. And if we talk about their performance, like they are having star players in their team, so we'll try to predict their performance in this ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023. So let's talk about the ones who will perform brilliantly for South Africa in this World Cup. The first player would be the very dangerous bowler Lungi Ngidi. His birth number is 2 because his date of birth is 29 March 1996. So for that reason, since this year is very favorable for people with birth number 2, so his overall campaign will be fantastic. The next player who will perform brilliantly is someone whose name most of you might not have heard of as of now, but he is Gerald Coetzee. Yes, he is a 23-year-old youngster in the South African team. His birth number is also 2 because his date of birth is 2nd October 2000. So for that reason, the campaign will be absolutely amazing for him as well. The next player in this list is another dangerous bowler, Kagiso Rabada. Yes, that's not a pleasant news for the opposition teams and also their fans. But his birth number is 7, and this year is very favorable for people with birth number 7 as well, because 2023 adds up to 7. His date of birth is 25th May 1995, and moreover, he is currently in his 29th year, and 29 adds up to 2. So, it's a double advantage for him, and this World Cup would be probably, one of the best campaigns for him in his entire career. The next player is Anrich Nortje. His birth number is 7, as his date of birth is 16 November 1993. But there is a crunch here. He is currently in his 30th year. So he will receive setbacks due to the combination of 3 and 7. But still, due to the birth number, it would be a very good campaign for him. The next in this list is Keshav Maharaj. Yes, the very talented spinner, someone who can bat as well. His birth number is also 7, as his date of birth is 7 Feb 1990. And moreover, he is in his 34th year. So even for Keshav Maharaj as well, this would be one of the best campaigns of his entire career. Next player is someone whose name might not have been famous as of now. He is Sisanda Magala, and his birth number is also 7. Like we are noticing quite a few players with birth number 7. His date of birth is 7 January 1991, and for that reason, this would be a very good campaign for him as well. Next is the very talented Eden Markram. His birth number is 4. His date of birth is 4 October 1994. But currently he is in his 30th year, and 3 and 4 is a terrible combination. So he will receive setback due to that, but due to the birth number, it's going to be a really good campaign for him as well. Next is the wicket-keeper batsman Quinton de Kock, for whom this could be the last World Cup. His birth number is 8, his date of birth is 17 December 1992. So for him, since it's his last World Cup, he will definitely try to give his best. And his birth number will also favor him, and due to that, his performance will be really good. Another player with birth number 7 is Rassie van der Dussen. His birth number is 7, as his date of birth is 7 Feb 1989. So for that reason, this would be a very good campaign for Rassie van der Dussen. Next in this list is the captain himself, Temba Bavuma. His birth number is also 8, as his date of birth is 17 May 1990. And this would be a really memorable campaign for him, as he's going to give his best and he will perform brilliantly for South Africa, and he will definitely do wonders in this World Cup. Now let's talk about the players who will perform average in this World Cup. Those players are Reza Hendricks, whose birth number is 5, as his date of birth is 14 August 1989. But since he's currently in his 35th year, so he will receive advantage from the combination of 5 and 8. But still, due to the birth number, overall, it would be an average campaign for him. Another player in this list is David Miller. Yes, the very dangerous batsman David Miller. His birth number is 1 because his date of birth is 10th June 1989. But since he is currently in his 35th year, so he will receive setbacks due to the combination of 1 and 8, because 35 adds up to 8. But still, due to the birth number, it would be on the whole an average campaign for him as well. One more player with birth number 1 is Marco Jansen. His birth number is 1 as his date of birth is 1st May 2000. But he is also currently in his 24th year. So he will also receive drawbacks due to the combination of 1 and 6. But overall, he will manage to give an average performance for the team. Speaking of players who will give below average performance, well, we have one player in this list and he is Henrik Klassen. Yes, that's a good news for the fans of the opposition teams, but it's definitely not a good news for the South African fans. Now, his birth number is 3 because his date of birth is 30 July 1991. But since he is in his 33rd year, so he will receive benefits from the combination of 3 and 6. But due to the birth number, overall it would be a below average campaign for him. Now, if we talk about the player whose performance would be even worse than below average, for whom this would be a World Cup that he would like to forget as soon as possible, the player is Tabriz Shamsi. Yes, we might observe that he might fail to, even book a spot in the playing 11 in some of the matches. His birth number is 9 because his date of birth is 18 Feb 1990. But since he is also in his 34th year, so he will receive, certain advantages due to the combination of 6 and 9. But due to this birth number, because this year is not favorable for people with birth number 9 because 7 and 9 is a terrible combination. So for him, this World Cup is not going to be good. So this was the prediction about the South African players in this ongoing edition of the World Cup. In the next videos, we will come up with some other topics that you would like to listen. So please stay tuned with our channel and thanks a lot for watching.